Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm really excited today to take a look at Congregation by the Foo Fighters, one of my all-time favorite bands. So, of course, we're playing this on the acoustic guitar, so it's not going to sound exactly like the electric guitar version, but that's kind of one of the beauties of doing an acoustic version, is it's going to sound a little different, and we can kind of get creative and try and find ways to make those little riffs that they play on the electric guitar sound nice on the acoustic guitar. So that's what I've tried to do here, so let's take a look at it. Okay, so the first main element we want to get is this intro riff, which will also serve as the chords to play in the verses. So I'm going to take you through the most basic way to play it. If you're a beginner and you just want to strum through it, this is the most basic way, and then we'll kind of add elements to it, okay? So first we're going to start with a G, and then we're going to walk up to you're leaving these two fingers down here on the lower strings. You're leaving them in place, but you're taking your index finger and putting on the 6th string 2nd fret. Just gonna do a little walk up, and then we go to. I'm gonna tell you an E minor 7, but a lot of times I just play it by putting my first finger on the 5th string 2nd fret. But let's play a full E minor 7 here, or you can do it like this. Sounds a little bit different. And then to a D, and then to an A. So those are the basic elements that they were hearing in the riff, but they're adding a few things. So if we wanted to strum it, okay, so that's, if you're just a beginner and you want to strum through it, that's what I would play. So let's add another element. I'll show you how I play it. So basically what I do is when I get to the D, I'm just going to use my pinky finger here to sus on the 1st string 3rd fret to do a little, so listen to how I do that. So also what I'm doing is on the A, you can hear me lifting off, so I'm going from an A to an A sus2, A to an A sus2 to kind of get that little part of the riff that you can hear. So all with down strums, okay? Okay, so one more time, it sounds like this. All right. So now the most realistic way and closest to what they're actually playing, we're doing the same walk up, G, walk up, E minor, and then D, and sometimes I get my finger down here and just play a full D. I don't think it matters, but usually I think it sounds best to just leave this middle finger off and just play a D like this, and then bring your pinky finger up, and you're gonna hit the 5th string 4th fret, and then you bring your index finger, and then take that off, bring your index finger up onto the 5th string 2nd fret, and then transition to an A. So one more time, G to walk up, E minor, D, on the 5th string 4th fret, off, index finger 5th string 2nd fret to the A. So it sounds a little faster, it sounds like this. Okay, so I think that last way is the most realistic way to the way they play it. Okay, so let's count through this, so you kind of know how to time out the elements in this. So on the G chord, it's 1 and, the walk up 2 and, E minor 7, 3 and, the D 4, E and 1, E and 2 and 3 E and 4 and. One more time using the different riff, the more Foo Fighters realistic riff. 1 and on the G, 2 and on the walk up, 3 and E minor 7, 4 E and 1 E and 2 and 3 E and 4 and. So that's the way to count through it if you're having trouble with the timing. Okay, so that's the intro riff, however you want to play it. Then we're going to use that same riff in the verses. So So you can play it exactly the same. I find it pretty tricky to play that and sing at the same time. So usually what I'm doing is just strumming the chords, and then on that A at the end, I'm still trying to put in this little... But I don't do too much other sussing just because it gets a little bit tricky to try and think about that and play at the same time. But if you can do that, then you should do that because it sounds better. Okay, so we want to play through the verse. It sounds like this. Well, I met the seventh son. He came for everyone. The day he heard the lightning in the field, I heard him clear his throat, a fork with every road. The night the Tallahatchie took the wheel. We get done with this first verse. We jump into the bridge section. The chords of the pre-chorus are going to be E minor to G to D, and then E minor to G to A. So one more time. E minor to G to D, E minor to G to A. We're just strumming these, okay? So let me show you how that timing works with the end of the first verse going into the pre-chorus. The first E minor of the bridge really jumps on you. So let me do the last line of the verse. Sounds like this. The night the Tallahatchie took the wheel, I've been throwing eyes just to see just where they'll land. Now the world is in your hand. Okay, so the chorus is going to be a D, and then a C, and then an E minor. We're repeating that 4 times, okay? On this D, we're going to do a little riff here. With the electric guitar, we're up the neck playing a little riff up here. But and I think it sounds nice to start with a full D, and then take off your middle finger. So, and I'm just doing down, up strumming. So it sounds like this. So we're on the D, and then lift off, put it back, and then sus first string 3rd fret, and take it off, and then go to the C. And once we go to the C and the E minor, we're doing down, down, up strumming. Okay, so just work on that little D riff, and the rest of it will come pretty easy. Okay. Let me give you an idea of how I play the chorus. Send in the congregation. Open your eyes, step into the light. A jukebox generation. Just as you were. Okay, so after we do 2 verses, 2 bridges, and 2 choruses, we come to a solo section. The solo section, we're just going to play E minor for 2 bars, G minor for a bar, and then D. And then again, we play E minor for 2 bars, G, and then D. But what you can hear them doing in the song is they'll just all of a sudden silence the strings for a few counts, and then they'll go back to playing. So that kind of adds a sudden silence, and then they get loud again, okay? So we can kind of simulate that element, and we can also do a little sussing when we get to the D. So the one quick sequence of how they play the solo. So it's going to be E minor to G to D. Okay, So you can even mix up which notes you're silencing. So the way I do it is, since there's 2 bars of E minor, I just do 1 bar of E minor where I'm open strumming, and then I do 1 bar where I'm just going, just percussive strumming, and then back to G, and then back to D, and I'm sussing that D right at the end, sussing the 1st string 3rd fret. Okay, so after the little solo section, we're doing a little outro, and we're using a D minor. We're either doing palm muting or soft down strumming. It sounds different than, it sounds softer than the rest of the song here. So let me show you how that sounds. We're just holding a D minor for a long time, so it sounds like this. And you need blind faith, no false hope, no false hope. Still on the D minor. Do you need blind faith? And then to an F. No false hope. And then we're gonna go to a G. No false hope. And to a D minor. Where's your blind faith? Back to an F. No false hope. To a G. No false hope. Back to a D minor. Open your eyes. Then to an F. Open your eyes. And to a G. Step into the light. Okay, so that's pretty much the outro. The way I like to end it is we can end with the intro riff. So I think that's all there's to it. There's a lot of different elements, but a lot of things to kind of play with and kind of personalize, make it your own song, okay? Should be a fun song to play, and have fun with it. I'll see you later. Bye.